Today, we're diving into something kind of mysterious, a really pleasant sensation that millions of people feel, but for the longest time, it didn't even have a name.
So let me just ask you this. Have you ever been listening to someone whisper, or maybe watching someone perform a task with really careful focus, and all of a sudden you get this pleasant, kind of static-like tingle across your scalp?
If you're nodding your head right now, well, you are so not alone. It's a feeling shared by millions of people, and it's created this whole online universe with, get this, billions of videos made just for it.
Okay, so what is this strange but kind of wonderful feeling? It's time to finally put a name to the sensation.
It's called ASMR. Now, that stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, which sounds super scientific, I know, but let's break it down real quick. Autonomous just means it happens all by itself. You can't force it. Sensory means it's triggered by what you see or hear. Meridian is just a fancy way of saying a peak feeling. And response is, well, it's how your body responds.
So what does it actually feel like? Well, picture this, a really pleasant, almost static-like pins and needles feeling that starts right at the top of your head. For those who get it, that feeling can then travel down the back of the neck and spine, and it just brings on this state of deep, deep calm. It's often just called brain tingles, which is pretty spot on, right? Now, it's also super important to talk about what ASMR is not. First up, and this is a big one, it is absolutely not sexual. It's all about relaxation, kind of like getting a good massage. It's also different from getting chills from music. That's usually tied to excitement, while ASMR is all about calm. And finally, it's not for everyone. If you don't feel it, you're actually in the majority. Only about 20 to 50% of the population seems to experience it.
So that leads to the next big question, right? What in the world causes this sensation? To figure that out, we got to talk about something called triggers.
These triggers, the things that cause the feeling, usually fall into three main buckets. The most common are auditory triggers, so specific and gentle sounds. Then you have visual triggers, which are all about slow, deliberate, focused movements. And finally, there are scenario triggers, which are basically role-playing situations that feel like you're getting personal attention.
Let's get a little more specific. For sounds, it could be anything from whispering and soft speaking to the crisp tap of fingernails on a book. For visuals, imagine watching someone's slow, precise hand movements, maybe like they're folding laundry or painting. And for those scenarios, think about things like a simulated haircut or a pretend doctor's exam, where all the focus is on you. You know, someone who experienced it described it this way, and I think it's just perfect. It's more than just a physical sensation. For many, it's a powerful tool for relaxation. This idea of a brain massage that makes stress disappear really hits the nail on the head.
Okay, so if it's just about brain tingles, why has this thing become so incredibly popular? Well, the answer is that for a lot of people, it's evolved way beyond a simple sensation into something more like a form of therapy.
And when I say popular, I am not kidding. We are talking about billions, with a B, of views on ASMR videos all across YouTube. This isn't some tiny little niche on the internet anymore. It's a massive global phenomenon.
So why are all those people watching? Well, the tingles are a big part of it for sure, but the main reasons are actually therapeutic. Look at this. Nearly half of all viewers use it as a sleep aid. A huge chunk also turns to it for stress relief, general relaxation, or even just for a bit of comfort and focus. It's a surprisingly versatile tool.
Now, this kind of popularity didn't just pop up overnight. So let's take a look at the wild journey ASMR has been on, from an obscure internet forum to a full-blown cultural force. And now science is finally starting to catch up and give us some clues about what's actually going on in our brains. Using fMRI scans, researchers can see that during ASMR, the parts of the brain linked to reward and social bonding just light right up. That could explain why those personal attention scenarios are so effective. It's like they tap into that part of us that feels good when we're being cared for. On top of that, studies show it can actually lower your heart rate, and scientists think it might be releasing those awesome feel-good chemicals like endorphins and oxytocin. And the growth has been absolutely explosive. I mean, get this, the term ASMR literally didn't even exist until 2010. Just 5 years later, by 2015, YouTube creators are already getting millions of subscribers. But the real tipping point had to be 2019, when an ASMR-themed ad ran during the Super Bowl. Yeah, the Super Bowl. That's when you know something has officially gone mainstream. So after exploring the what, the why, and the how of ASMR, what's the big takeaway from all of this? What should we really walk away with?
First off, it's really important to remember that experiencing ASMR isn't the norm. Most people don't get the tingles, and that is perfectly okay. It just highlights how incredibly different all of our brains are wired. There's no right or wrong way to respond to this stuff.
But here's the thing. Whether you feel the tingles or not, the sheer popularity of ASMR points to something much, much deeper. It kind of shines a light on this universal, fundamental human need that we all have for moments of calm, for comfort, and for the feeling of a gentle, personal connection.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. In our super fast-paced, noisy, and often chaotic world, what does this massive, global search for something as simple as a quiet tingle really tell us about our modern lives and what we're all really looking for?